With XQC beginning to play Rocket League, I'm sure some of his viewers are beginning to grow interest into the game. So I wanted to give him and his viewers who have not played the game that much a basic explanation on how to play and climb the Rocket League ranks. During his stream, XQC asked a few good questions that I thought I could answer and give a good explanation on so that newer players can understand.
Can you explain arrow like I'm 5 years old?
Explain it in full terms that, like I'm not born yet.
Okay, when do I use arrow? I still don't know what the I'm doing with it.
So there's really two main uses for air roll, and it's for recovering and shooting. So for example, let's say I was going off the wall, right? If I jump off here and I land on the ground, you'll see how I land on the side of my car, and you don't want that. So what you can do instead, you can jump, use your air roll, and then you land on your wheels. So that's just like one example for recovery where you may need it. You know, even if I jump off here, use my air roll. Now I land on my wheels. The use of shooting is to get angles. So usually you'll see people jump up and they'll go like this and then flip into the ball. So to give you an example, I'll hit a shot in this training pack. So you can see how when I air roll, it gives me a better angle to hit the ball in. The second question that he asked Justin was about the kickoff.
Like right here? What is the most optimal way of going from the starting position towards the ball?
And Justin explained to him how, you know, flipping is probably the best way to get to the ball in his rank. And that is true. And you should definitely be utilizing that. But in Rocket League, there's something called a speed flip, which is technically the most optimal way to get to the ball. And it's just the fastest flip in the game. Now I'll explain it, but it's a little advanced. But basically what you're doing is you're doing a flip cancel to the left a little bit, and then you're pulling down instantly, and then your car does a little flip like this. Now that's not a very in-depth explanation. I have a video on speed flips, teach you exactly how to do it. Right now in a rank like XQC's rank, you know, around gold, you don't really need them. Just get used to the forward flips. So that is the most optimal way to go for kickoff.
Now how about ball kicking fundamentals? Let's say I go to kick the ball. When do I one hop and then a wheelie? When do I double hop and then and boost? When do I ball and roll? When do I like give us like a rundown?
Alright, so something I notice a lot of low rank players is they tend to hit the ball with the back of their car. So they'll flip and it makes contact with the back half. And that's not a very good way to hit the ball. It doesn't really get you much power. You can't really angle it properly. So what you want to be looking to do is flipping into the ball, but making sure that during the flip, the front of your nose hits the ball. See how the front of my nose is hitting the ball while I'm flipping? That's how you get the most power. And something else he does is he drives to the ball and then he just single jumps into it. You don't really want to be relying on that. That doesn't give you much power really. It just keeps the ball low. On an open net, you're not just going to want to jump into it. You should just flip into it because it'll give you more power. Single jumps do other uses. For example, if you're 50ing the ball and you don't want it to go flying over your head, you can just single jump first and it keeps the ball level. But for the most part, you just want to be flipping into it. So now we're getting on to the part that he and his team has the hardest time with, and that's just understanding the basic idea of rotations. So in Rocket League, you have something called the first man, the second man, and the third man. The first man is the guy who's attempting to make a play on the ball. The second man trails the first man to be there as an option for a pass or to pick up on the ball in case something goes wrong. And the third man's job is to cover the back half of the field in case the ball gets cleared over both of their heads. So the way that they rotate is by swapping places. So after the first man is done with his play on the ball, what he's going to do is rotate around the field, and the second man now pushes into the ball. And now the second man becomes the first man, and he's going to keep rotating. So this guy is now becoming the third man. He's going to keep going towards the third man position, and the guy who was third man is going to push into the second man position. Now while this third man is rotating, so for example, let's say the first man makes a play on the ball again. As this first man who's becoming third man is rotating, typically what he's going to do is he's going to pick up pads. So instead of say just hitting the ball and then just going here, he'll grab pads, take these, and he'll go back into the third man position. That way he's picking up multiple boosts on his way back. So like I said, this guy hit the ball, now he's going to rotate, he becomes the third man. The second man pushes up into the ball, so now he becomes the first man. And the guy who was third man now starts pushing up into the second man position. And this guy keeps rotating all the way back, and now he's third man. Now you can do a similar thing, so when you're in their half, now you can grab these pads next to their net, and then grab their corner boost. And as you grab your corner boost, you go out, start to go to third man, This guy's coming up into first man. Third man starts to come into second man. And then he eventually rotates back as the third man. Now it's very similar on defense. So the first man will be the guy making a play on the ball. So let's say the ball is in your corner. So he hits it. Now if he can't have a follow-up play on this ball, so you just got to touch and now it's going back to them. He's going to rotate around this way, grab these boost pads. Now he becomes the third man. The second man pushes up towards the ball. Now he becomes the first man. And the guy who was third man pushes up as the second man. And this guy rotates back, grabbing boost. Third man, and now they've officially rotated. So in the clip you'll see XQC actually does what you call cutting a rotation.
Come back. Go back.
I'm hitting it.
Slow.
Jesse was in the corner with the ball, and XQC was out in the midfield. He's returning a little bit, and Poke was on the front post, which is the post that is on the side closest to the ball. The back post is the post that's on the side opposite of the ball. And as you see XQC turning out in the midfield, instead of going back and going into the third man position, what he does is he comes all the way around and then he starts going for the ball. And that's called cutting rotation and ball chasing. What he should have done is just let Jesse sit there in the corner. Now at this point, Jesse should be rotating out as well because he's just kind of sitting under the ball, not really doing anything, so he needs to rotate. But X should have come back to the back post to become the third man and let Jesse rotate out and then have Poke push up into the ball, and then XQC goes to the front post, and now Jesse becomes the third man. But what you'll see is X comes all the way in, he goes here, and now they're both in the corner, and you see Poke's kind of confused, he's trying to move up a little bit. This ball comes around here, and then both of them go for the ball, and now this ball gets sent over their head, and now it's just into their net.
I got it. Never mind.
Yeah, make sure we're rotating a goalie a little
Fine,
bit.
fine. You can save it? Good try.
Whereas Jesse starts to rotate, the ball's just being played in the corner here. Poke goes up. Now Poke can make a play on this ball. If the guy gets it over Poke's head, well, as XQC is starting to push up into second man a little bit, he can just save the ball. It goes flying over Poke's head. Even if it doesn't go flying over Poke's head, now Poke can just make a play on the ball. XQC goes second man, Jesse rotates, grabbing pads, goes third man. So they're in a constant cycle of rotating. So that's basically all of his questions answered. I hope this clears things up a little bit. It's a very big thing to learn in the beginning as a new player, but once you get it down, it'll make a really big difference in your gameplay. If you liked the video and it helped you, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like me to make down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.